Crooked Delight on X. And they tagged Pirate Nation, me, Grums, Master TDS, NevG, and Endymion, and said, I found the sequel to Dustborn and linked everything here. Releases soon on Xbox Series X. And I was like, okay, I'll play your game, you rogue. What is this Kreaturekind game, and how bad can it really be? Let's take a quick look at it before we go too far here. This is the Steam page, and it says a debate card game. Okay, a debate card game.
Hey. Hi.
See one of the characters? You're using too much mana, but how else will I find a date? And we have a black chick and clearly a LGBTQ looking creature in a wheelchair, because of course, as the active protagonists. And you would ask yourself, clearly there's no market for this. So who would invest in this? Why is this a thing? We'll get into all that first. I'm gonna mute this music. So it's basically a card game with a lot of bisexual lighting, trans ideology, trans flags on their shirt. They're trying to make it look like it's not, but it definitely is. Trans flag colors in the hair. I mean, we all know the signs at this point, what we're dealing with a game like this. And again, these games are welcome to exist. I do not want to say these games should not exist. I want to be clear about that. But at the same time, we are welcome to criticize these games, because that's the big differentiator here. And when you get into criticizing these games, you find out more information about them. And this comes to us from Valiant Game Studios, and it says coming to Steam April 29th, 2025. So it's already out on Steam, and it's coming to Xbox soon on Xbox Game Pass. And it says magic will disappear forever unless you save it. In this wholesome and approachable card game, you debate monsters, recruit friends, and start a world-changing movement. Balance your team and your decks carefully, and use your debate skills to convince fantastical opponents to join your side. And this is a game that's clearly aimed at LGBTQ activists and kids. And clearly you can tell that maybe the developer doesn't see it like this, but for someone that is sane, you can look at this right off the bat and notice that, oh, this is an indoctrination game where you're trying to teach kids how to debate with the other side, aka people that lean right, and try to talk them into joining your cult and bring them over, because your cult is actually the good people. You're the good guys. The cult is the good guys. The lefty lunatics, as I call it. Not all lefties are lunatics, by the way. But when I say lefty lunatics, there's a specific group that I'm discussing. Typically the Marxists, the people that believe in communism, the people that will never admit to that out loud, but that's definitely what they drive to every single day, and they definitely push towards that. So that's what this game says. So I looked a little bit further into it, and I said, they aren't even bothering to try to hide the agenda anymore. Kreaturekind, coming soon to Microsoft Xbox, promises a game for kids where you play the role of an activist saving the planet from centuries of evil, using up all the world's mana. And you can substitute these words for things in the real world, and you know exactly what they're going for. They're trying to make it fun to be an activist. Now, you'd notice that I said the word activist here, and that's on purpose, because when you go to the actual Xbox.com description, let's take a look. Description: magic is disappearing forever unless your brave group of activists can save it. So now they're using this word as a positive. That's one. After centuries of increasing magic use, the world's mana well is running dry. If entirely depleted, magic will be gone forever. This does not go unnoticed by Riley and her friends Mitra and Yui. They set out from their hometown, trying to convince people and monsters to use mana more consciously. Along the way, they meet and team up with other like-minded people. That's true diversity right there. Who could resist Tao the Cook's warm hugs, Quinn's epic role-playing sessions, and Finley's thought-provoking games? Perhaps they will even befriend the world-famous rock star Luca. Each of the activists contribute to the cause with their unique set of debate skills, which they hone along the way. Now, this is the thing I want to focus on because this is when they get at the kids. Easy to learn, hard to master. Kreaturekind offers unique gameplay, which is approachable to beginners. These are code words that they use on purpose to get to kids. And parents that are not paying attention, they're like, oh, okay, that's colorful monsters. Oh, maybe it's for adults and bad stuff. Oh, wait, no, approachable for beginners. Cool, my kid can play that game. That's what they're hoping for, while still giving seasoned players a proper, and it goes on from there. So we got some replies here, of course, but I did a little bit more research on this, diving further into it. And Valiant Game Studios, the studio behind this, is a fascinating case study because when I wonder how a game like this gets made, I always look at the funding. Where does the money come from? And how much money was put into this? What would you tell me if I told you that this game here had millions of dollars put into it? Would you think that maybe that might be money laundering? Or did it really take millions of dollars to do this? And then you got to ask, where's that money coming from? Because this is straight up indoctrination. And once again, it's very much along the lines of exactly what Dustborn was trying to do. Slowest Run says, how? I'm glad you asked. Let's get into that. And no, I don't know if it's US 8 or not, to be clear, but I will go into what I found. Valiant makes wholesome and meaningful indie games. Valiant is an award-winning game development studio. Of course, this, as we've learned, means jack shit. Award-winning from who? Your buddies in the game industry that want to give you your own award that they give out to every single company? Founded in 2017 for a specific reason, to make wholesome and meaningful indie games. We sincerely believe in the power of games as a medium, aka using them to make people learn, indoctrinate them. It's a form of an avenue to push an agenda and want to make the world a better place with them. Define better, please. Please. What does better mean? That everyone wants communism? Is that a better place to you? If everyone just agreed in communism, it would be great and the world would be a perfect place. That's how these people think, by the way. The founder, Anna Hogberg Genelius, has gathered nearly 14 years of experience working with games, with the primary focus being gameplay and narrative design, as well as Unity development, in addition to Valiant's own game development, which is made possible with the help of freelancers. Anna also shares their knowledge as a consultant, because of course she does. Of course, she's the consultant, guys. Of course. And teacher. This is the future, guys. This is what's happening to our youth right now. It's these people. Valiant is, of course, based in Stockholm, Sweden. Shocker, I know. And sorry, we're currently not hiring. Valiant core team. Anna Hogberg Genelius, founder, CEO, developer, and all this stuff here. Bold Award 6 winner, e-gaming category. Alum at Sting. Okay, I don't know what any of these things are or awards are. So I went a little bit further because I like to do that. And I found Anna's own webpage, and I went to her About section. This is not on the Valiant Studios site. This is separate. And this is her About and Contact and what she says. My name is Anna, often called Anaka, and I use all pronouns. Please refrain from gendering me! Exclamation point. Again, this is a teacher and a consultant, and they are afraid of people gendering them. Or she is afraid of someone gendering her. I just want you to just think about, I know. When I was going through this today, I was like, oh boy, this is gonna be one. I'm an award-winning indie game developer and consultant, Valiant Game Studio, who joined the games industry in 2011 and loves every aspect of working with games, from narrative, oh, there we go, Sweet Baby would love this person, and gameplay design, via programming and QA to production and business dev. I'm pretty much done it all. I also do quite a bit of public speaking, as well as teaching and mentoring game dev students. I'm one of the organizers of Sweden's largest meetups for game developers. Link in bar. So when we start to finding out the people that fund her, realize that she is now on the board of the Sweden Council for largest game developer meetup in Sweden. So you don't think she might have some backroom deals with these people that get the money and the investors? You wonder about that? In addition to games, I'm passionate about history, as well as causes such as fighting against the climate crisis and for LGBTQIA+ rights. I also enjoy tabletop role-playing games, like a lot. And I haven't eaten meat since 2009. I mean, at this point, it feels like just a generic NPC that fits every single stereotype under the book, but under the sun, I should say, but whatever. Or I wouldn't have if they hadn't screwed up my order that one time. I think that's a lefty trying to make a joke. If you have a cool project you want to talk to me about, or maybe just share a picture of a hedgehog, that's not weird at all, feel free to use social media links in the menu. Note, this website contains AI-generated art, blah, 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 all that fun stuff. So, we're just, by the way, we're just scratching the surface of what's going on with this person, by the way. So then I do a little bit more research, and I'm like, where is the funding coming from? So I did a search, and would you believe it, that I found this fun little press release. Valiant Game Studio AB raises 2.1 million SEK in seed round and adds games veteran Susanna Meza Graham as an investor and advisor. Now, you tell me, guys, you saw that game at the beginning of this. You tell me, would that be a game that you would look at and be like, I would like to invest 2.1 million SEK into this? Well, what could possibly go wrong? Of course, this game is going to be successful because it has to be. There's no way the bigots could stop that. And if you're wondering what 2.1 million SEK is, it's about $250,000. That's in USD. That's a lot of money for what we just looked at there. And oh, by the way, this is just one of many investors with them. The new investment, combined with Susanna's extensive experience in branding, publishing, marketing, and PR, will ensure the successful release of Valiant's planned portfolio in 2019. Valiant Game Studio AB has finalized a seed investment round, raising 2.1 million SEK from Advenius AB and previous investors, Red Dot Ventures AB and Halflow AB. The new investment brings on board Susan Mezagram, an experienced game industry professional and former COO of Paradox Interactive, as the newest member of the company's advisory board. And when I dive into finding out who this person is, I'm like, oh, would you believe it if I told you she worked at a place called Cult Games? Like when I said that it was a cult, I wasn't joking, but apparently she took it serious to the point of being a chairwoman, which is not a thing. That you're either a chairman or you're not. Chairwoman is not a thing. That's not a word. Let's not do that. It's chairman of the board and investor. These people are all the same. And of course, it's Cult Games. You can't make this shit up. I'm like, when I was looking through all this earlier, I'm like, this is the most insane deep dive I've seen in years. How deep this rabbit hole goes, where the money's coming from, and what it's actually funneled to, and bringing it back to the actual game that we're talking about here. Valiant Game Studios and their studio tour. And their game, Kreaturekind, is one of those games that I don't know how it even exists, but they have 13 reviews, 92% positive. So, yeah, that's definitely not funneled through their friends to make sure they give positive reviews. Kreaturekind is a gem of a game. Instead of the usual destroy everything combat style in most deck builders, Kreaturekind flips the script with a unique non-violent twist. You're helping the monsters, not hurting them. Helping them by having them join your cult. Now that says 31 positive, 1 negative. Did they get it filtered out? Because it doesn't show. So that is Kreaturekind and Valiant Game Studio, and how this Kreaturekind game even exists and is now coming to Xbox is baffling to me, because there is no way on this planet that anyone is going to be paying $15 for this shit. $15. Who would buy this? Who is the audience? Came out in April, 2 months ago. It has 13 reviews in 2 months. And before I bring it up, you guys got to guess, what do you think the concurrent player count on SteamDB is for this game, all-time concurrent? Because it's bad. 0 players right now, 1 player in the past day, 5 all-time peak 2 months ago. $250,000 funneled into this one from investors. But sure, it's not money laundering, and I'm sure it's not tax dollars going into it. I'm sure it's all above board, and they just made a poor judgment call. That's probably what it is, right? That's yeah, I'm sure that's what it is. But anyways, I will leave that one there.